The Ludwig Black Beauty. In this case, 6.5 by 14, 10 lugs, nickel over brass shell, 1.2 millimeter thick shell, spun or seamless. If there is such a thing, it's a standard amongst drummers. I think any serious drummer has either owned or owns one or more Black Beauties, and if not, they want one. They'd like to have one. And over here we have its brother, if you will. This is the exact same shell, same lug count, same depth, same thickness, everything. This is the Ludwig Black Beauty Super Sensitive. And the main difference, or really the only difference, is that this drum has a parallel strainer system on it and a different set of snares versus this is the traditional, or what all of us are used to now. Ludwig has made the snare system since the 1920s, and basically the modern ones, such as this one, are little changed in all that time. Yeah, some of the components have been upgraded, some of the materials are probably better. This one even has plastic parts where it would wear, and you can replace those. They're rather inexpensive. The snares on the parallel system, and I have an example right here, they go all the way across the head, and so that gives this drum a really different sound than the traditional snare system. When you adjust this, you can tighten the tension of the snares, or tighten how tight they are across, or how much strain they're under, if you will, but you can do very little to adjust how tight the snares are up against the head. There is a minor adjustment that you can do on the throw off, but really it's from the factory how it's meant to be. So I think these drums have been shunned a little bit by drummers because they feel like they can get more tuning or more control over the snare system or over the drum overall than on this model. And this is a superphonic basically, but it has the same parallel snare system on it. And I've even seen these drums, guys will take the super sensitive snare system off of it, they'll replace it with a regular snare system, they'll leave the extra hole in the shell, and they try to do that because superphonics go for more than super sensitives. And that's even true in the Black Beauty line used. This drum used would be significantly less than the normal Black Beauty, and that's always amazed me. They do have a slightly different use. They do have a different sound, as I'm getting ready to show you. You can get these drums, and same with the Superphonic line. You can get both of these drums in the 5x14. You can get the standard model even in an 8x14. You can also get the standard in either the brass, as both of these drums are, or aluminum. This is aluminum, or bronze. And I have several bronze Black Beauties, and they are some of my favorite drums. This one is chrome over aluminum, and again it comes in multiple sizes. This is 6.5. It also comes in a 5x14 with the super sensitive on it. And there is a place and a purpose for these drums, and in my mind over the years I actually put a higher value on the super sensitive in certain situations than I do the traditional snare system on the Black Beauties or the Superphonics. So both of these drums have Ludwig Weathermaster mediums on top, both have Evans on the snare side, both the sets of heads are about the same age and wear. I have put a leather muffler on both on top. Again, small room here, and these drums do tend to ring. They're pretty loud metal drums. I have tried to get the snares to where they sound good to me. It's a little difficult with this system versus the traditional system to make sure that they're equal. I can reach underneath and wiggle them, and they both seem to wiggle about the same, but really I tune the snares to where they sound good to me. So So there's no effects on either drum. They're running straight from the mixer and from the mixer into the camera. I will sit and play them for you a little bit. One thing I want you to maybe pay a little bit extra attention to is the push rolls and the ghost notes. Just, lend your ear in a little bit closer on the super sensitive. That's where it shines, if you will. Anyway, let me play them. I'll come back and tell you how I use these drums and what I hear in person. So as you can hear, the super sensitive, in my mind, maybe Ludwig should have named that the super rich. It is a more open drum. There is an overtone that is the famous Black Beauty overtone, but it lasts just a little bit longer. You could dampen that out if you wanted to. I kind of have grown to enjoy it. The snares on this drum in person sound richer. Not crispier. This drum is very crisp, but the richer. There's a depth to them. And on push notes, on push rolls, ghost notes, even regular rolls, even double strokes, it just sounds like it has more depth, more body to me. I'm not very good at adjectives sometimes. What can you say about the Black Beauty? The microphone loves it. It is crisp. It is a powerful, it is a cutting, all-around snare drum. It will not let you down in any situation that I've ever found. And in the studio, I would have to muffle this drum quite a bit. I let the overtones go in here, and again, it's just got a little leather strip on top. A couple of gels on this drum, and that would go away. And it's... To me, again, it just feels like a warmer snare drum. And for rock and roll, if I'm wanting to cut above the mix, if I'm wanting my snare drum to dominate on the 2 and 4, chopping a little wood, then yeah, the Black Beauty, it's hard to beat it. No pun intended. If I'm trying to do articulate snare work, then give me a super sensitive. And I use this drum quite a bit. I also use the 5-inch version of this quite a bit. It is especially good for worship music, playing in church. And so anyway, they're both great drums. They're both on the used market. This one's probably $500 to $600. You can pick up one of these from $550 to $650, maybe even closer to $7. But you can't go wrong with either one, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you.